we continue with podcast number 7 in a series of lost sayings of Jesus. Number 6. And the question that disciples asked him was, how to live in the light? How to live in a real light? And he smiled and says, live the fullest every moment of your life. Live the fullest in every moment of your life. So what is the invitation here is to really be engaged. Also to ask, what do I do now? How do I express myself? What do I engage into to live the fullest? Because when we ask wise questions, we get wise answers. Hence the principle of ask and you shall receive. So that's the first one. And the second one, a life that is not lived to the fullest causes bitterness. A life that is not lived to the fullest causes bitterness. This ties to knowing the gift we have and knowing how to give it. And also sometimes we use that up. We use that gift. We've given it to the max. And it's empty. It's done. And very important in this state is to go into solitude, going into silence, and begin to find, what is my mission now? Because it's all about this mission in life, and a gift has to be given. And we all know what our talents are, and if we run out of that inspiration that ignites us, we've got to sit down. And a few times I experienced it in prolonged sitting, like when I used to do Vipassana, which is like a 10-day sitting in silence. It's like a Buddhist thing. And usually around day 7, I just get this really quiet voice saying this. And I go like, whoa. I'll be somewhere really ignited, hey? So that would ignite that to live in the fullest as well of giving the gift. Of course, this is just my interpretation of that. It's more like when you say a life that is not lived to the fullest causes bitterness. It's good to pause and have a look. Where is that within? However, what I discovered in a way by default, my friend, he got into this Wim Hof breathing. So you take like a 30 full-on breaths in, and then you hold your breath, and then you breathe out, and then you I think you have a tiny little pause, and you begin again, 30 breaths, and then hold your breath as long as you can, and you do that 3 times. And my friend invited me, said like, hey, next time we do Course in Miracles, why don't we, after a lesson, do this 30 breaths and have a 10-minute sitting down. And it was such a profound experience, because after one of the meditations, I had the same movement, same realization that I would have in Vipassana, usually 7 or 8, sometimes 9 days later. And so next one, know that what is inside is outside. Know that what is inside is outside. Neville Goddard says it so beautifully. He says, the world is you being pushed out. And also, many are seeking outside the self, Holy Grail, as if there was something somewhere in the outside world that is the answer. And the truth is, it's through finding the real within, the within of the full acceptance, that generates the actual now. So, to the question, how to live in the light, it says, know that what is inside is outside. And straight away follows with, the darkness of the world comes from darkness in the heart. And this is that same thing when we finally using the world to reflect to us what we hold within. This is where it becomes very powerful, that no matter what is going on out there, we use that to find the feeling that it generates in us. And then I guarantee you that your relationship to that feeling, which is your feeling, which is my feeling, that relationship will be severely disconnected, or not loving, punitive, rejecting feelings that we don't like. Sometimes they don't even have to be too dark, and we still push them. You might find yourself that you actually, if you slow down and just notice what's your relationship to your feelings, you'll see there is even like a subtle pressure that is constant. And one needs to pause and have a look, what is this thing that I'm pushing against? Because when we do that, we lose our foundation. And without foundation, the mind goes into insane search for the answers. Answer will not come because the cause is not the thoughts. Cause is that relationship to that a reflection that's occurring within us. So knowing our heart, but also knowing our will is at play here. The darkness of the world comes from darkness in the heart. Man is the gem of the sun. Man is the gem of the sun. Yeah, we actually are full of light. Of course, it has nothing to do with the light we perceive when the sun is out or when it's not, or when we're in a room and we have a light on. And I know that this is clear to everyone, but the inner light is this inner vision, inner seeing that's so delightful. So just pause and soften into yourself. Allow yourself to soften more and more, and the light begins to shine within. And for me, how to live in light is that I'm connected to my feeling no matter what. Yeah. When it says God goes with me wherever I go, I always go. The feeling goes with me wherever I go. And am I connecting to it? Am I in a full embrace and acceptance of it? Or is it a subtle pressure? This particular pressure is what will kill the light within us. So we fall into this love space within ourselves, and we allow that to shine. We allow it to ooze from us, within us, and we don't lose connection to it. How long will you last? Because the habitual pattern of the mind is to distract, take away. And the next one is meditation on God is dissolving in the light. Slowing down, turning off, closing our eyes, looking within, feeling God's love in our heart. And it all begins to lit up inside. There's this flow. Often happens when we read, happens for me this way, when I read some texts like Course of Miracles, Course of Love, or even anything, Urantia book. Particularly with Urantia book lately, it brings up such a joy inside, and joy and light are the same. Joy, light, and love, it's all the same qualities. So just connecting to God. God's very close. This idea that God is above or somewhere out there is misleading. And the next one, a clear mind is like the radiance of thousands sun. So just imagine for a moment that your mind is clear. Just for a moment, drop everything you think you know or don't know. Just simply empty your mind of everything it thinks. There's a beautiful guided meditation in A Course in Miracles. I'll actually read it because it's really beautiful. Particularly based on this, like, don't focus on the world. Don't allow any thoughts of world to take your light away. You know, like Jesus says, my kingdom is not of this world. So anything of this world is nothing but like destruction. And let me read this one because it's so beautiful. It says, simply do this. Be still and lay aside all thoughts of what you are and what God is. All concepts you have learned about the world, all images you hold about yourself, yeah? Just have a look at that. How many images do you have about who you think you are? He goes, just let them go. Empty your mind of everything it thinks is either true or false, or good or bad. Of every thought it judges worthy, and all the ideas of which it is ashamed. Hold on to nothing. Do not bring with you one thought the past has taught you, nor one belief you ever learned before from anything. It says, forget this world, forget this course, and come with your wholly empty hands unto your God. So sometimes we read these scriptures or some little texts, and they take us into this state of invisibility where suddenly we close our eyes and there seem to be like a spaciousness within us. I'd say stay in that light and allow it to continue to take you to a new place in you. That is your living light within. And then there is a last one. Blessed are those who desire the light. Blessed are those who desire the light. There's nothing to add to that. How to live in the light? Live to the fullest every moment of your life. A life that is not lived to the fullest causes bitterness. Know that what is inside is outside. The darkness of the world comes from darkness in the heart. Man is the gem of the sun. Meditation on God is dissolving in the light. A clear mind is like the radiance of 1,000 suns. And blessed are those who desire the light above all else.